My name is Francesca Greaves, ESG Delivery Consultant at S3 and co-founder of the ICRS Aspire Hub, an online peer support network for new and aspiring corporate responsibility and sustainability professionals.
Hi, Francesca. Thank you very much for including us.
Not at all, Raffi. How are you today?
Very good, thank you.
Super. Well, I'd love to hear a little bit more about you.
Well, my name is Raffi Schieir, and I'm the director of Bantam Materials, the supplier of prevented ocean plastic. And we're really focused here on UK leadership when it comes to ocean plastic prevention and high quality recycling into products.
Fantastic. Well, welcome. And thank you for taking the time to speak with me today about the circular economy and how prevented ocean plastic is embracing the circular economy to combat plastic pollution. So to start right at the beginning, for those who may not be familiar with the term, what is circular economy?
Wonderful. Well, I was really proud to send an open letter to Boris Johnson the other day, where he was talking about how recycling doesn't work. And actually, we think that recycling can work, especially when focused on circular economy. It's true when we put items in the recycling bin that often the wrong thing happens with what we put in the recycling bin. However, when we apply principles of circular economy, which means what we put in that must be pulled out and come back into demand and into products, we need to really marry both those concepts in circular economy. It's not just putting something in the recycling bin, it's also seeking out those recycled products in shops so we know the supply of this recycled material has been met with the demand on the other side.
Perfect. Thank you, Raffi. And why is the circular economy necessary to reducing waste and environmental impact in supply chains? So why is what, if you just explained, why is it important that we do that?
Well, it's absolutely critical because both we've seen the environmental impact of all the plastic and all the waste that's cluttering areas where we really don't want it to be, whether it's oceans, coastlines, or our natural environment. But also from a social standpoint, there's more than $100 billion worth of plastic laying on the ground. And if we apply circular economy principles, that material can have value, it can be brought into high quality recycling, and then create a nice output into final products. So instead of creating new plastic, we can then use the plastic we already have in this world and make those products better and more sustainable.
Thank you, Raffi. Actually, we at S3 have quite recently partnered with the Global Innovation Challenge. And basically that's a challenge where young people create incredible innovations across the world. And one of the STEM category finalists were a team in Spain called Living Energy, and they've basically been using microbes from plastic they've been finding on beaches and face masks to turn into electricity. And I think that's an extremely inspiring idea and kind of fits into that circular economy of using something that potentially would be wasted into something we use every single day.
Very interesting.
Yes, very, very inspiring young people for sure. Perfect. Okay, so how can the circular economy promote the use of responsible sources and responsible use of resources throughout the supply chain?
So this is an incredibly interesting topic, which is very easy to solve. That us as consumers, if we seek out recycled products, it will then drive back into that circular economy and make sure these important materials that are laying on the ground get collected. If as consumers we walk into the supermarkets and we don't distinguish between what's in recycled packaging versus what's in new plastic packaging, then the circular economy won't turn and we won't get those materials out of the system. When we do make the decision to create preference, when we do make the decision to show businesses that will only we will only prefer their products with our custom if they decide to use recycled content in their packaging, then and only then can we really drive this change. So that can come obviously from that consumer movement, like I just spoke about, married as well, hopefully, with government and regulatory movements that also enforce minimums of recycled plastic to be used. Because very unfortunately, as many of us know, up until now, less than 10% of recycled plastics go back into large global brands, and we can change their behavior if we show the preference and tell them we will only buy your products when you actually use recycled materials in them.
Definitely. So kind of going back, Raffi, to kind of yourself and your business and what you do. Obviously, we've spoken a little bit around the circular economy in general and kind of why it's very important to include this in your business model for consumers, for governments, for businesses. But in terms of prevented ocean plastic, could you tell us a little bit more about what this project is and what is prevented ocean plastic doing to drive the circular economy and combat the plastic pollution problem?
Well, thank you. So prevented ocean plastic is a fully traceable and independently certified source of recycled plastics to go back into high quality products. So for example, a children's shampoo or something of the sort. It's identified with an easy visible logo. The reason why this is so important is because up until now, recycled materials have been hard to identify by the consumer and show its preference. So with us, we connect to that traceability. We connect to the traceability of those coastlines where that material has been collected, and we provide that better plastic choice to the consumer. And I'm really proud to say that over the course of the last few years, Prevented Ocean Plastic was nominated and won Sustainable Initiative of the Year with its partnership with Lidl. And right now, this is the largest ocean plastic prevention program in the world by scale or volume or almost any objective measure. And we're really happy that this has been the result and the support and the output, because we're showing big business that it is possible to help developing communities, coastal communities, get their plastic away from where it shouldn't be and bring it back into high quality products. It is possible.
That's incredible, Raffi. What an absolutely amazing achievement. Congratulations.
Thank you.
In terms of businesses and communities as well, if they wanted to get in touch around prevented ocean plastic, how can businesses join you and be part of the movement?
Sure. Well, we supply these materials every day in very large volumes. Anyone can be in contact with us, obviously, via our website. We would point people also towards our YouTube channel, where there's all sorts of videos that show traceably where the plastic comes from, how the recycling process works, the way in which we could provide these better options to the consumer in a very open and transparent way. And of course, on our Instagram or any type of social media. So we're really excited about these things. Like I said, we've also just written an open letter to Boris Johnson to help invite him to our Prevented Ocean Plastic Research Center and learn how recycling can work, because it is possible to do this job properly and well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Raffi. I will close our interview for today, but thank you so much for your time. I've really enjoyed learning a little bit more about the circular economy with you and a little bit more about prevented ocean plastic. Very exciting things to come, I'm sure, and I'll enjoy watching you on your journey. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Francesca.